Alrighty, welcome. Happy Thursday, everybody. We are officially 1 week away from the holidays. We are 1 week away from Thanksgiving to us in the US. I know Canadians, you guys already had your Thanksgiving. Are you guys in full Christmas mode? Say hello as you guys are joining so I can see who's joining me on here. Let's see, I can't see who's joining from this stream, so let me pull it up. Let me see if I can pull it up on a separate window. But as you guys are joining, say hello, and I will say hello back as soon as I can see you guys joining me on here. Today's live is going to be FAQs. I'm hoping to do it kind of rapid fire, FAQs, things that you guys might be thinking about. Let me know if you guys can hear me. I just plugged in my microphone. Yeah, so today's live is going to be just rapid fire, frequently asked questions, things that I hear come up all the time, and things that you all might be considering if you are thinking about your goals for getting your business started in the new year. So this could be, you know, trying to get your business plan ready for the new year, or trying to get started ahead of the new year. How many of you guys are already thinking about your plan for the new year? There we go. I see myself and I see the chat going. Awesome. Yeah, leave me a hello. Let me know, you guys, if you can hear me, if my mic's on. I just plugged in my microphone here. And we're going to go over the most commonly asked questions. So it's probably going to answer some of the questions that you have. And if you have any other questions that I am not going over, leave them in the chat so that I can answer them for you. I want to make sure that you are all thinking about your business going into the new year. So Q1, where do you want your business to be? Do you want your business to be, you know, this is a reboot for your business going into the new year, or maybe the first time you're starting your business ever in the new year, or maybe you want to start your business now in December, with December coming up, and you want to make sure you understand like what you need to be doing for that. So let me know in the chat what questions you have, and I'll just rapid fire try to answer as many questions as I possibly can for you guys. And then if you guys don't have any questions, I'll hop off. I'll answer the ones that I hear, and if you're watching this on the replay, write replay in the comments. Let me know if any of these answered your questions that you have for your business. All right, so the most commonly asked questions in business that I hear, and this is pertaining to people in our market, okay? I'm talking to you guys, the health coaches, fitness coaches, life coaches, mindset coaches. If you help people with their health and well-being, whether that's physically or mentally, and you are a coach and you're looking to grow your business online, these are going to be the questions that I hear most commonly for you. So I specifically picked these questions with you in mind. So the first question that I hear all of the time from coaches in this space is whether they need to be certified to take clients. Do I need to be certified to take clients? And this applies if you're a fitness coach as well. Do I need to have a special certification? I'm just a personal trainer. Do I need to have a special certification to take clients online? This applies whether you aren't certified as a personal trainer, but you have years and years of knowledge in health and fitness, do you need to go get a personal training certification? This is a really common question, and it stems from a belief that people won't buy from us if we don't have certifications under our belt. If we don't have plaques that we can put up on the wall or letters that we can put behind our name that validate that we can help people. Okay, so it's really important that we understand that it's coming from that belief of, will people respect me as an authority? So one of the biggest things that I teach my clients is to understand where their authority comes from, where clients get the conviction and confidence from to work from you. And it never comes from letters after your name. It never comes from certifications. And so if you're trying to market yourself as an expert in the space based off of your certifications, there will always be somebody else out there who has more certifications than you, who has more letters after their name. Okay? So just know that what you need in order to start coaching online is you actually need to know how to help people. So if somebody came to you today and asked you for help with the problem that you are a coach, that you help people solve, if you know how to help them today, if you know what to tell them to do, then you are ready to help them as a coach. Right? If you know what to actually help them do. It doesn't matter how many letters you have after your name. You can have all of the certifications. You can have your master's. You can have 3 masters and a doctorate and still not be confident that you know how to help people. Okay? So that is my not so rapid fire way of answering that question. I will try to go more quickly through the rest of these frequently asked questions. All right. This is a huge question that I hear all the time. It's a loaded question. We have a lot of trainings on this, but the biggest question that people ask when they're trying to start their business is, how do I find clients? Where are they? Where are all the clients? And the biggest reason that this question comes up, and I see this all the time with people who see the results that our clients get, or they see testimonials of people paying high ticket, the question is, where are they finding the clients? Where are they finding these people willing to pay $2,000 for a coach? And it's a really legitimate question, because if you don't know where your clients are going to come from, then you're always going to think that people won't pay high ticket. It's the biggest reason that coaches stay in the limiting belief that they need to charge low pricing. Because maybe the people in their hometown have told them that their prices are too expensive. Maybe you've discounted your prices because people around you have told you it's too expensive. And so this is a really common question. Where do you find the clients? And the answer to this question is twofold. So this is rapid fire. This isn't going to be a training on how to find clients. We have lots of trainings on this. So the answer to this question is twofold. One, you need to know how to target those people, right? I always tell my clients this. When they come through our system, all of you who are here listening to me today came through my system. That's how you found me, right? It wasn't a fluke. It actually happened because I knew how to target you, right? So you have to know how to target the right people that are a fit for what you do. There's a reason why I didn't target Joe Schmo the plumber down the street. So number one, you need to have a way to target the people that are looking for a solution to the problem that you have. And the second thing that you need is you need to have a way to communicate the packaging and the messaging of what you do correctly. Because if you put your packaging and your messaging out there and you just willy-nilly wing it, the people that are actually committed, the ones that are looking to invest $2K, are going to scroll right past you, because it's probably not going to resonate with them as what they're looking for. They're probably going to think it's something they've tried before, or it's just some coach on the internet trying to be inspirational, and they've been there, done that, and they've tried all of the free challenges. They've gone to all the free workouts or done all of the free healthy eating challenges, right? And so the reason why you're not finding clients right now is, one, nobody's ever shown you how to target the right person. And number two, even if you put yourself in front of the right person right now, if you don't have your messaging and packaging dialed in, and nobody's ever shown you how to do that, it's going to be like throwing spaghetti at the wall, because the right person is seeing the message, but it's the wrong packaging, and they don't think it's what they're looking for. Does everybody understand why that's so important? To have your messaging dialed in. Everybody wants to know where to find the clients, but if you don't know how to speak to them and you don't know what your packaging should look like, it doesn't even matter if they're right in front of you. That's so important. So that's why I say the answer is twofold. You need to have a way to target them, but you also need to have your messaging and packaging dialed in. How much should I charge? This is another frequently asked question. I know we've hit on this before a few times, but this is just such a common question for coaches, and so many coaches feel uncertain about what they should charge, and it comes from not wanting to overcharge or feeling like people won't pay you whatever money you decide to charge, right? So how many of you have ever wondered where you should be pricing your programs, whether you're charging too much, whether people will pay a high ticket price? And if you are a brand new coach, what is the appropriate price for a brand new coach just starting out, right? I see coaches charging these high ticket prices and making 6 figures a year, but I'm a brand new coach. So what should I be charging? Let me know if you've ever had that question where you felt like, as a coach, you're not sure if you should be charging what other coaches are charging because maybe they've been a coach a little bit longer than you, or they have something else in place that you don't have in place. So you're not quite sure if you should start at a high ticket price yet. So in order to answer this question, I want you to think about what people are actually investing in. I want you to think about that. When somebody pays a high ticket price to invest into mentorship with you as their coach, what are they really investing in? What are they paying for? You guys think? Are they paying for 8 weeks with a certified coach? Are they paying for weekly updates to their meal plans? Are they paying for tutorials on how to do exercises correctly? Video tutorials that explain how to do exercises correctly? I mean, these are things we need to understand if we're ever going to put our pricing together and be able to speak it confidently to a potential client. We need to know what they're paying for. What do they think they're paying for? Clark says, the price is your worth. Yeah, it is to a degree, right? We want to know our worth. But what are they really paying for? Are they paying for you because they're like, man, you are just so worthy. I really want to give you this money because you are so worthy. And this is a question I hear a lot from spouses who tell me, Valerie, I understand why I think they're totally worth it. And I would totally give them my money because I think they're amazing. They're my spouse. But why should anybody buy from them? Why should just somebody down the street pay $2,000? Why should somebody down the street pay them $3,000? Why are they going to do that? And so the question I want you to answer, if somebody is asking that question, I want you to think about, what are they buying? Are they buying the coach? Are your clients buying you and how worthy you are? We all know you're worthy. All of us are worthy. What are they really buying? They're buying the value of the transformation. This goes back to what I was saying in the beginning. You need to know how to put your packaging and your messaging together. Because you could be putting yourself in front of the exact right person who's looking to invest into a 3K program, but if you're missing this point right here, it's not even that your price point is wrong. If you don't understand what they're investing in, when they pay high ticket, they are investing in the value of that transformation, the one that they are coming and investing in, the one that they are going through the program to get. The value of the outcome that you deliver as a coach, that's what they're paying for. So if you get in front of your market and you start inspiring them and then telling them about how amazing it's going to be, because you're going to be updating their meal plans every week and giving them new and fun workouts every week, and you're going to be sending them inspirational quotes every morning, that is not what people pay for. And that is a big reason why you're probably hearing your prices are too expensive. So what should you price your program at? How much should you charge for your program? A big part of that comes down to how well do you understand the transformation that you deliver, right? It's not even about, are you the better coach? How well do you understand the value of the transformation that you deliver? Because the person that can communicate that with their messaging and with their communication with their ideal client the best will get the most clients and will be paid the most. Does everybody understand that? Does that make sense? So in terms of high ticket, I mean, you're going to get a different answer depending on who you talk to, but most people would agree that anything between 1K to 1,500 is high ticket. Some people will call that mid ticket, but for the purposes of our market, it's what I would consider the bare minimum of a high ticket package. But you need to understand, you need to be sold on the value of the transformation that you deliver, because you cannot just throw a high ticket price on anything, right? You can't just throw a high ticket price out there on your weekly workouts and your meal plans and expect it to be a high ticket package just because you put a high ticket price on it. You have to have your packaging and messaging in place. Olga says, paying for their own success. Julia, the transformation. Yes. Yep. But it's all in the communication of that. Do your clients understand that? Do your clients understand the transformation that's available to them? Did we show it to them? Did we show them the transformation that's available and show them the value of that? The full scope of how much is going to transform. Here's another big question that I get is, when should I quit my job? When should I quit my job and go full-time in my business? And this is such an interesting question, because for some people, I would tell them they waited too long to quit their job and they're holding on to the security of that paycheck, knowing that they could make more as a coach. And some people, I would tell you to stay at your job. So how I determine that comes from one of two things, right? Is it costing you more money to stay at your job than it would be to be working on your business, right? Or is the opportunity cost of what you could be making from this proven model that you have? Do you have a consistent and predictable way to get clients? Number one. And is your job keeping you from serving more clients and making more money by staying at your job? Then it's time to quit, right? But what I often see is that coaches will make a decision that they need to quit their job because their job is just taking up too much time and they can't grow their business because it just takes too much time. And I've got this job and I'm so busy. I don't have time to work on my business. That is never a reason to quit your job, right? There are people with full-time jobs and 5 kids at home and spouses and sick family members who grow a full-time business and don't make their time an excuse or a reason not to show up for their business. So if you're thinking about quitting your job and if you're asking me that question, and if I'm your mentor and you're saying, hey, I think I want to quit my job just because I'm too busy and I can't focus on my business, I'm going to take a look at how we're spending our time, and we're going to create a very specific game plan for you to focus on your business in a very specific amount of time and actually get more done in a short amount of time than if you had a full work week because you quit your job. In fact, the clients that come into OCI who have full-time jobs and who have very little time to work on their business often get bigger and better results than the clients who have nothing else going on and are excited to work on their business because they are way more efficient with their time. And so they produce way more results. Great question. I've heard that question a lot. Should I quit my job? When do I quit my job and go all full time on my business? And then the last question that I hear a lot is, do I need a website? And this one, I know I've covered this question many times. And so if you haven't heard it before, you know that I teach my clients you do not need a website to get clients. You do not need a website to start your business. That should not be the first thing that you launch. Because if you think about websites, right? Number one, you have to have a way to get people to the website. But once they get to your website, what happens next? What's your plan? What's the plan for your client journey? So if you don't know what somebody is going to do next with your website, that's a problem. If you don't know where they're going to go on your website, if you have a home page, an About Me page, a Work With Me page, a blog, and you have all of this content on your website and you're driving traffic to your website and you don't know what they're going to do next, that's a problem, especially if you're paying for the traffic. So that's why we never set up websites first, okay? You don't need a website to get to 10K per month, which is, for many of you, that first goal. That would be full-time for you. What if my situation is too different? So this question kind of falls into the category of just insert your situation that you think is different. And this is just partly natural human nature to think that we are unique and somehow different. For some reason, our situation is different than everybody else's. And so that's the reason why this probably isn't going to work for us right now. And we're probably not going to have the same level of success as other people. And so I want you to think about that, right? I want you to think about, you know, it's kind of like when someone brings that question to me, I think of myself as a mechanic who's worked on many, many different types of cars. But somebody brings in their car, right? I've seen thousands of cars, all different make and models. And someone brings in their car and they say, you know, I don't know if you've ever heard of this car before. It's different. Well, yeah, the car's different. The parts are a little different, but the process is the same, right? The process is the same, and I know how to fix the car, right? So I promise you, if you're in that mode where you think your situation is different, it's probably not as different as you think it is. There's probably someone out there with the exact same situation as you, the exact same obstacles that you think you're facing, who are out there succeeding anyway. Another question that I get a lot is, can I scale my business if I just do one-on-one coaching? Right? A lot of times coaches start out one-on-one and they think that they're going to cap out and they're not going to be able to grow their business because, well, if I have one-on-one clients, how am I going to continue to grow my business and go from $10,000 a month to $20,000 a month, right? So we talked about programs and structuring programs and how we structure our program at OCI. We talked about all of that 2 weeks ago. So go back and listen to the lesson from a couple of weeks ago. This is a really great question. How you structure your programs is just as important as how you're getting clients into your programs, right? Because it's not enough to just enroll clients and get paid. We actually are here to help people get results and set our businesses up in a way that we love and in a way that fulfills us, right? So if you listen back to that lesson, we talked about the hybrid model, right? So in the hybrid model, it means that you don't have to give up one-on-one, especially for those coaches out there that really love that one-on-one connection with their clients. You don't have to give up the one-on-one, but if you set your business up in the hybrid model, then you can scale it. So go back and listen to that episode before we go into that any further. Other questions. John says, how to avoid spending all this time building programs just to have nobody care about it, but also have something to offer a client when they start? Excellent question. Yeah, John, that's a question that we get all of the time, right? How to stop spending all this time building programs and then have nobody buying them. And I think this comes from that perfectionist mentality, right? Be honest with yourself. Are you being a perfectionist? Are you wanting to put out A+ work? Right? Spending all of this time trying to get the program right so people can't reject you or be disappointed in you or point out a mistake, right? And then really what it is, it's a way of hiding, right? Because we don't have to show up and make any offers. We're not struggling to get clients yet because, well, we haven't really tried yet, right? And so we talked about this, again, when we were talking about the hybrid models. How do you have something to offer a client when they start if you don't spend months and months putting together your program? So when I asked you earlier on this live, hey, do you know how to help people? Right? If somebody came to you today, would you know how to help them? And if the answer is yes, then you already know what to tell them to do today. You already know what actions to tell them to take. So it's important that you understand the sequence of what you're going to take a client through so that you can have them make the first thing the first thing. Give them day one. And then when someone has said yes and given you a credit card for the problem that you solve and you validated your proof of concept, now you can start putting that program together with your client, and your client will tell you how to make the program amazing. Your client will tell you exactly what questions they have about that very first action item you gave them. And your client will tell you exactly what questions they have after they go take action on it. So now you're going to have so much more information from your market about the next step of your program to put together. So if you don't have your program put together now, don't worry. You don't have to have it put together now. You just have to know how to help people and know how to start, right? And then the rest of that, you know, first of all, we can show you how to put that together. But even if you don't have somebody helping you, just think about your client's journey. Like, what is the next step for them to take? Okay. If you're that person who's sitting here listening and you know you've already spent months and months putting your program together and you already have it, that's fine. Just know that you're going to have to change it when you get the clients. So as perfect as you might think it is now, it's going to change when you get a real client. They're going to tell you what to change. So you might as well be willing to have it be imperfect, because it always will be imperfect anyway. And if you waited till it's perfect to start, you waited too long. If you look at your product right now and you think it's perfect, I finally nailed it, you waited way too long. There were people that you could have helped months ago who never got your help. Alrighty, what other questions do I have that are frequently asked? What questions do you guys have for me? Let me know. This is your chance to get your questions answered before the new year. If you're looking to get going on your business and you've had anything holding you back, questions that are nagging at your brain, or if you just needed permission to start, if you just needed someone to tell you that you don't need to have your programs done to start taking clients, this is your permission to start helping people now before the new year. A lot of people ask me, what is a good amount of time for a new coach who doesn't have their business started yet to start their business and see results and grow their business? This is a really common question, actually. How long does it take to really start seeing results and grow? And a lot of times people will challenge us when we talk about their results at OCI. A lot of times people will challenge us about how long it's going to take them to get results in OCI, for example, right? We talk about our targets for our clients, right? Our goal is for you to get your first client in the first 30 days, right? And then if you want to make 10K per month and you have a 2K offer, that's 5 clients, our goal is to get you there by the end of OCI, right? To show you how to consistently and predictably get those clients. So a lot of times people will challenge us on that and say, you know, how is that possible? I have nothing going in my business right now. I'm just getting started. How realistic is that to see results and grow my business at that rate, right? How can I grow my business to 10K per month in, say, 90 days? And they'll say, well, you can't guarantee that because it's coaching, right? And so it depends on the person. And while I agree that's true, right? It is personal, right? You create your results. It's your business. So I can't technically want it more than you for you, right? If you look at the coaches that are winning, right? If you look at the most successful people in history, right? And this isn't just in our space of the coaching world. This is also in sports. This is in other areas of business. If you look at the most successful people, a big part of their success is their client selection, right? So whenever I see a coach blaming too much on the market, right? If they're saying, oh, the market just, you know, doesn't want to commit, or they're just, the clients just aren't committed, and so they're not getting results. Whenever I see coaches complaining about this, I always know they have an issue with their client selection, right? And what that tells me is that that coach is taking on clients that they shouldn't even be taking on. They should not even be making an offer to that person. So maybe it's an integrity issue. Maybe they just really need the money and they make an offer to someone they know they shouldn't make an offer to. That's never a good place for a coach to be in. But, you know, maybe they just don't have a way to qualify the person that they should be working with. Maybe they don't even know what client they should be taking on, right? So it's really important that you understand when people take on clients and their clients don't get results, it's probably because they don't have a good way to vet whether that person should be a client in the first place, right? That would be like me taking on a client into OCI, which is a client getting program, where we show you how to set up your systems and put together your packaging and messaging and targeting the right people to have your systems that are consistent and predictable to get clients. So it's a client getting program. And I make an offer to someone who says they don't want to get clients at all in the next 90 days. But they're really interested in the information and they want to take it all in. And then the clients are disappointed because they didn't make a return on their investment, right? That would be an example of me making an offer to someone that I shouldn't be making an offer to, right? So when people ask us about our results in OCI, a big part of the guarantee comes from the fact that we don't make an offer to somebody unless we know there's somebody that we can help. Right? Unless we can guarantee we are going to give them everything they need to hit that goal. Right? Of course, the only thing we can't guarantee is that they're going to do anything with it. But that's why we don't make offers to people that we don't feel will do anything with the program. So it's a roundabout way of looking at it, but if people are having issues getting their clients' results, a big part of the problem is they should not have made that person an offer. That person wasn't ready to be a client. They weren't ready to take clients. They didn't want clients, right? Those are all things that you should know what questions to ask your clients to vet them before you even make them an offer. And it doesn't matter how bad you need money right now. This is part of standing in integrity for your clients. Because when you know, when you're making someone an offer, you know you only make offers to people you know you can help. Now your integrity and your certainty that you can help that person is at 100. If there's a shadow of a doubt in your mind that you can actually help that person, you have a moral obligation not to make them an offer if you don't know you can help them. That's why I say, yes, you can guarantee results as a coach, because you're guaranteeing the client that you're bringing in. You're having that agreement with them from the beginning, right? So for my clients, the goals that they want to hit, usually it's anywhere between that 60 to 120 days. That's their sweet spot, right? Most of our clients get their first client before the 30-day window. Right? But it's important that you have a scoreboard. It's important that you have targets that you're trying to hit, because otherwise you're just out there without a rudder. You're just thinking about how you want to grow this business, but you don't have a target to hit. You don't give yourself a timeline. Does that make sense? I know that's a different way of answering the question. And I don't know if anybody's ever answered it that way before, but let me know if that resonates with you guys. Melania, Marian, do you think organic client generation is possible? Of course it is. Yes. Have you ever signed a client before? So if you've never signed a client before, you can absolutely sign your first client organically, right? Do I think that you can have consistency and predictability without systems in place? No, right? So there's a difference between, you can sign a client from a referral, right? You could get someone send you a referral, but how do you know how many referrals you're going to get next week and the week after that and the week after that? So I think it's a great place to get your offer validated and your proof of concept, and then you need to have systems in place in your business. David, I think starting my job while having a job at a gym will interfere with each other. How can I build my business while keeping my job as a personal trainer without being fired by my boss? This is such an excellent question, because I've had clients who have told me that they're worried that if they work at a gym, that their company will think they are breaching a contract or poaching clients. But the beauty about going online is that you don't have to take clients in your hometown, right? So if your boss is worried about you stealing their clientele and you live in Ohio, and the beauty is you can enroll clients from Florida that have nothing to do with your in-person gym. So that's another great reason why I love online, is because it's scalable, but also if you have an in-person brick and mortar, you're not competing with anyone in your hometown, right? Great questions. Any other questions that you guys have as you are planning out your business growth or your business reboot before the new year? I highly encourage you, do not wait till January to get your business plan together. Start it in December, because you want January to be your biggest month ever. So you want to get your plan together now. If you want to actually chat with us about where your business is at, if you want someone to chat with you for 5 to 10 minutes, hop on a call with you, chat with you about where your business is at, and give you some actual tailored advice, more so than I'm able to give on this call today, then let us know in the comments. Just put talk in the comments so that we can find you easily. And we'll just hop on a quick 5 to 10 minute call and chat with you. It's not a sales call. It's just a call to give you some direction and either send you to some trainings about the questions that you have that we've already answered in a training or a mastermind that we've already done with our clients that we can refer to you. And if you're actually looking to get some help and get this set up before the new year, we can talk about what that would look like, but that would be pointing you in the direction of another call. So let us know if that's something that you're interested in, having someone give you some direction. We can totally talk to you about it. Like I said, don't have anything to sell you on that call, but we could schedule you for another call if that's something you want. It would be another call. All right, but if you just want someone to brainstorm with you and talk it out, you can get so much figured out in 5 to 10 minutes of just actually talking to a human than you can trying to type in questions and Google things on your own. So I highly encourage you to do it. If you are looking to get your plan together for the new year, just put talk in the comments so that we can reach out to you and brainstorm with you. Again, nothing for sale on that call, just a direction call. And that way we can hook you up with trainings that would be the most appropriate and relevant to you with what you need to get figured out for your business plan for the new year. All right, my friends, that is it for you for today. That's all the questions that I could think of, the frequently asked questions that I hear the most often. If you have any other questions that come up, leave them in the comments, because I'd be curious to hear what other frequently asked questions are out there that I can answer for you all. And until next time, I will talk to you all later. Bye-bye.